Success can bring good or bad. It can bring enemies, fake friends, real friends, loyal people. But success can just throw everything at you that want to come against your empire. Success will sometimes make you have to handle things that you don't want to. But I'm the Black Dawn, and I won't let nothing come against my empire. I created the Black Dawn. My journey, it was deep. I was knee deep in this. I was hungry. I was determined not to work for nobody again. It was sleepless nights, broke days, hungry days, nowhere to turn days. But I created the Black Dawn, and I stuck with it. To death do us part. I'm not letting nothing come between us. I done tried everything. I even tried to go to college, but it wasn't for me. I said, forget that. I tried the doughboy thing, standing out there all day, making little nickels and dimes. Broke, I love my freedom. Then I tried to work for somebody. Man, I said, forget these canned goods looking around here, man. I'm wasting my time. So in the break room, I put together a plan. Black Dawn Records. Black Dawn, here we come, baby. So I signed my first artist. We made loads of cash. But with loads of cash come hate. From people like Smitty Jones. He got his own record label. He feel like we taking money out his pockets. I done heard bad things about this man.
Hello, Black Dawn.
What up, Doc? This Smitty Jones.
What up, Smitty?
Did you think about that little proposal I talked to you about?
No, I ain't thought about that, man. I'm not signing my artist over to you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think about it. It didn't even cross my mind, man.
Maybe you should think about it real hard.
Man, I ain't thinking about nothing, man.
Look, sucker, Smitty Jones get what he want. And what Smitty Jones want, he gets. Hello? Hello? This sucker done hung up on me. Rocco! I want you to go visit this clown, man. This Black Dawn. Tell him I want to meet him face to face. I want you to put the fear of God in him.
Smitty sent Rocco to kill me. But Smitty just don't know, me and Rocco go way back in high school. Rocco just worked for Smitty before I even started my record label, so he started giving me rundown how Smitty want to put a hit on me because he feel like that I'm making all the money and he ain't making none. So he started giving me all this valuable information about how Smitty owe his taxes and he don't pay his taxes. He started giving me all kind of valuable information and everything. So I had to start thinking about a plan on how to get rid of this guy, to get this thorn out of my flesh. I'm not a killer. I'm not a murderer. He did say he owes his taxes. And my homeboy is an accountant. He can look all that stuff up. Let me shoot him an email real fast. I got to get rid of this guy because this guy is trying to destroy everything that I got. And he is not going to. I'm the Black Dawn. Smitty, you done ran into somebody a whole lot different. You ain't crumbling my empire. I'm the Black Dawn, man. It was a long day at the office. Man, I had all this on my mind. Smitty Jones was on my mind. Then all of a sudden I got a call from Rocco. Rocco started telling me about how Smitty got caught up. How the IRS and FBI was already watching him for all kind of other things that he was doing also. So he was letting me know Don't worry about Smitty Jones no more. Just continue to run my record label. See, things work in a certain way, man. We don't have to worry about Smitty Jones no more. And I was like, that's what's up. Appreciate it, Rocco. That's what I'm talking about. See, God work in mysterious ways, see. See, Smitty Jones, IRS and FBI already been watching him for attempted murder, conspiracy, and tax evasion already. And he got sentenced to 50 years in prison with no parole. Me and my artist took over. Black Dawn Records went to the top. I didn't have to worry about no thorn in my flesh anymore. It felt great. Man, it felt good to be back to work. Didn't have to worry about nothing, looking over my shoulders. Rocco came and worked for me. He started doing legit things. We got his record expunged. Everything felt great to be back on top and running Black Dawn Records. See, I didn't have to do nothing to Smitty. I'm a good brother, man. I'm a Black Dawn, and this is Black Dawn Records. I built this record label from the ground up. I got rid of Smitty Jones, who was trying to destroy me. Since then, other competition has came around. Dangerous competition. Youngsters that just don't give a damn. No structure. Just get money by any means necessary. They love to beef. But man, I'm not the beef type. But they keep targeting us. But hey, I'm the Black Dawn, and I don't mess around. So I was in the office doing some work when I got a call from the hospital that one of my artists has been shot by another artist from another record label. So I rushed to the hospital, and the doctor finally came out and told me that they lost him. I couldn't believe it. The war have started between me, Black Dawn Records, and a new upcoming record label. Man, I can't believe this. They took out my top artist, my breadwinner. They mean business by any means necessary. Now God knows I don't want to do what I have to do, but I might just have to do it. Black Dawn. That night I tried to talk to the guy, but he just kept on going back and forth. He said he want to take out the top dog. He want to be on top. And I'm the top dog. I decided to go to one of my favorite spots, a nightclub in the city, just to get stuff off my mind. But little did I know that all of a sudden, I hear gunshots. Rocco immediately took cover and started busting. Look around, eventually, they're shooting at us. As I was heading to the office, I just was thinking about what happened last night. This guy actually tried to kill me. He had somebody shoot at me last night just because he wanted to be the top dog. Man, this what it came to? I didn't get into this industry for all this. I dealt with Smitty. Now I'm dealing with people who want to kill me just in this music business. I'm gonna have to call this guy. So I called him and I told him, I said, hey, let's meet, me and you, one-on-one, location and time. We gotta put an end to this, man. We need to talk, and we need to talk seriously.
But of course, he want to act all tough and gangster, but he agreed to it. I set up the meeting with the guy. I don't know if he's gonna try to kill me or what. We both supposed to be coming along, but I just don't trust this guy. I'm gonna have Rocco in the shadows, in the wing, because this guy, if he try to kill me in public, he most definitely gonna have backup. I just know it. I met up with this guy to let him know that we need to put an end to this. But the guy, he didn't want to listen, man. And I told him, man, we don't have to do this. But he just kept on saying he wanted to get on top and knock me out and get all the money. And I told him that's money for everybody, man. We don't have to do this. But instead, the guy, he shot at me and I ducked and he missed me. But Rocco was in the shadows. Rocco shot him and hit him and knocked him down. And I told him, I said, hey man, see, I could kill you right now, but I'm not gonna do that. Cause man, I just wanna run my record label, just leave me alone. Then I heard Rocco shout, watch out! And the guy shot me, and I had to kill him. Man, I hate I had to do it. I told Rocco, and Rocco said, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I said, clean this up, man, and I'll meet you at the office in about an hour. Just clean this up, man, don't leave no trace of nothing. I'll see you in a minute. I can't believe I killed the man, but I had to kill him. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, I got blood on my hands. Oh, I didn't get in the industry for this. But he tried to kill me. That would be me dead. I had to kill him, God. Please forgive me. I didn't get in the industry for this. I got in the industry for love, not for this. Killing that man, it didn't help me at all. It bothered me more than anything. My conscience, I couldn't sleep. All I can think about is him. I see his face day in, day out. What if his people come and retaliate on me? What if the police come looking for me? But man, what have I got myself into? I didn't start a record label for this. I started a record label because I love music, but I gotta keep going. I decided to get a workout in, and as I was working out, I was approached by this cop. He started asking me questions about a murder of a record label exec. I told him I knew nothing about it, but he kept asking me questions, what my whereabouts, and then we have beef with a artist that was on the record label, and I told him, man, I don't know nothing about that. I just know this, what happened is sad, man, but he just kept on asking. He just kept on asking questions, but then he went on about his business. But I was kind of skeptical, man. I said, well, I'm wondering what this guy know. I said, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this guy. So I said, let me go holler at Rocco real fast. As I was in the office, I was going over some numbers. All of a sudden, I get a call from a number, and it was the cop that I ran into at the gym that was asking me all these questions. He said he wanted to meet with me, and he said he wanted to meet with me now. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm thinking like, he sounded all demanding. He really want to meet, said he want to talk to me. He said meet him at this location in about 15 minutes. I thought about it. Should I take Rocco with me? I said, no, let me see what this guy talking about. Let me go by myself. It's something he knows. Let me go meet with him now. So I went and met with the cop at the location that he gave me, out into this wilderness. I was thinking like, man, this dude's gonna try to kill me. But he wanted to pat me down first to make sure that I wasn't carrying any weapon. So after that, I asked him, I said, man, what you want to meet with me about? What's this all about, man? So he started going over things. He said that my blood, my DNA was found at the crime scene and the murder point directly at me. Directly at me. That I murdered the record label exec. And he the only one that knows about it. I said, man, I don't know nothing about no murder. I don't know what you're talking about. He said, well, guess what? The murder point directly to you. I'm the only one knows about it, and I want to make a deal with you. He said he want $1 million a month. $1 million a month. That's what he want. He said Smitty went down the same road. And you see how Smitty ended up. Do you want to end up like Smitty? $1 million a month. He said, $1 million a month? Man, I don't know, man. He said, I'll give you a week to think about it, man. But when that week is up, I need your decision. $1 million a month. Or I'm turning all this in and I will lock you up for life. You better think about it and get back with me. I was like, man, this guy, man, what if he's lying? I don't know if he's telling the truth. Let me go holler at Rocco.
I went and talked to Rocco. I told him everything that cop had told me and asked me. I was like, $1 million a month? Man, there's no way I'm paying him that. So Rocco came up with a plan. Sometimes you gotta come up with a plan and do what you gotta do.
The plan we came up, I have to take this man out. So Rocco snuck in his house and snuck up behind him when he got off work and killed him. Man, what have I got myself into? Now I'm killing cops? Man, I got the call from Rocco that it was done. And I just couldn't believe it, man. That I got myself wrapped up into this. I don't even know how this is gonna turn out. But I had to do what I had to do. A week went by. I just can't believe what been going on these past 2 months. I killed a record exec and then a cop. What have my life turned into? Oh my God. What should I do? I know what, I'm just gonna go eat some breakfast and I'm just gonna have to figure this out. After a good workout, I went by a local store to get me something to drink. And then all of a sudden I heard on the TV that they had the officer that's been missing has been found. I'm like, what? No way. No way. But they say they have found the officer that has been missing and he's under investigation. I'm like, what? Man, they done found the record exec. Now they found the cop. And Rocco is slipping. I said, man, here, let me go talk to Rocco. As I was doing some things in the office, 2 officers showed up. They was asking me questions about the missing officer and the record executive who was murdered. I told them I didn't know anything about it. And why was they asking me? I was like, man, I don't know nothing about this stuff, man. They said one officer came and asked me questions and all of a sudden he ended up missing. I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. And if I know anything, I'll let y'all know. If I hear anything, I'll let y'all know. But man, I'm just wondering now, like, oh my God. Let me contact Rocco.
For days I've been trying to contact Rocco, but I just couldn't get a hold of him. And that's just kind of weird to me. And man, all of a sudden, I heard gunshots. Somebody tried to kill me. Oh my God. Man, the cops started really asking me questions. Why are they targeting me, trying to kill me? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's a crazy world we live in. I'm trying to figure it out too, man. I don't know. I was exercising at home when all of a sudden I got a call from Rocco. I haven't talked to Rocco in weeks. I've been calling and calling and calling. He finally called today and he said he wanted to meet with me urgent. So he gave me the location and I told him, okay, I'll meet you and I'll be there. So I met up with Rocco at the location where he wanted to meet. And Rocco, he showed up, but he was different. It was something different about him. His whole demeanor changed. And so I was like, what's up, Rocco? You wanted to meet? What's up, man? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? He stood there and all of a sudden he snorted something up his nose. And I was like, Rocco, what's up, man? You doing drugs now? You snorting cocaine? Man, what's the deal, man? I've been trying to get a hold of you for weeks. And then that's when he lashed out. He said, man, the cops been stalking my house. They trying to get me for the murders, man. What's up with that? What you told them, man? I should have killed you. Then Rocco, he tried to shoot me. We tussled with the gun and it went off. And I shot Rocco in the chest by mistake. I'm like, Rocco. I done killed Rocco. What do I do now? Let me get out of here. I can't believe I killed Rocco. Man, everything has been going downhill, murder after murder. What is going on with my life, God? I don't know. Now Rocco, wow, I can't believe this. I'm wrapped in the devil's web.
I was back in the office the next day, and man, things was running across my mind. What happened to Rocco the day before? Then all of a sudden, this police shows up in my office, the same police that showed up with the other police. He asked me questions about Rocco, that they found Rocco's body at a warehouse. I said, man, I haven't heard from Rocco in weeks and days, man. He just, I don't know. Rocco, he just was different, man. I don't know. He said, well, Rocco's body was found and there was no murder weapon. You sure you don't know anything about it? I said, I'm sure, man. And I got to thinking like, man, this is crazy.
Things was bothering me so bad, I went and seen a priest. I never seen a priest before, but I confessed to him everything because he had to keep it confidentiality. I told him about Rocco, the record exec, the police officer. I felt like I was snitching on myself. But I had to get it off my chest. And it was just between me and him. My mind was just gone, man. Man, I can't sleep. I can't do nothing. These past months, it's just on my mind. All I can think about is that guy, that record exec that I shot and killed. Oh man. God, I need you. I need you bad. And then the police officer that I had murdered. God, what do I do? I need you, God. And now Rocco. Man, I killed Rocco. Oh my God. Oh man, I don't know what to do. Now I got these two cops investigating it. Man, what if they give me life? What if they give me the death penalty? What if they plan it all on me? What if it comes back to me?
Dude, I know I did wrong, God. But I need you in this moment, God. I need you. They went and questioned the priest that I talked to about everything. But the priest told him his confidentiality, what we talked about, he can't share it with them. But they demanded that he share his valuable information. I got a call from the priest. He wanted to talk to me about the police coming by and talking to him. Now he got me worried because I'm thinking that he told him something, but he said he didn't say anything. He said I need a God in my life. And I was like, man, you're right about that. But right now, I don't think God would accept me. But he said, come by and talk to him. And I was like, all right, man. And he just hung up. And I'm thinking, like, now, can I trust this guy? He's human. He can crack just like anybody else. Now he got me worried, man. Thinking about the priest and everything he told me about the police coming by. Man, would he tell on me? Would he tell them everything I said? I don't know. But now he got me thinking. Man, there have been too many victims already. I don't want to have to make a fourth one. Man, but how I'm gonna do it? But he's a priest, for God's sake. I know. I'm gonna go down and talk to him and see what he got to say. I went down and talked to the priest. I asked him to see and looked him in his eyes. I didn't know if to kill him or just keep talking. As I was leaving the church, one of the police showed up. He went in and talked to the priest and demanded to tell him what I came and talked to him about. As I was leaving work one day, this guy shows up in the hood and he shot me. I woke up in the hospital after I got shot. Man, I lived and didn't die. The nurse came in and told me that the bullet missed my heart and it went through my shoulder. But I'm thinking, like, who shot me? Why would they want to shoot me? I don't know. But I got to find out what's going on. Man. I finally checked out the hospital, but I got to be careful. Man, who shot me? I still don't know. What if they still after me? Man, I gotta get my security. Man, I ain't had security since Rocco. Man, but with all this going on, I gotta get security, man. I just had to sit back and just think about everything. Just all this stuff just clouding my mind. just over my head. Now this priest, he's talking about I need to confess. And man, he talking about confessing. That's more like telling on myself and just sending myself to prison or getting a death sentence because, man, that cop and record exec and Rocco, now somebody's after me. I got to get some security. I got to get back on my feet. I got my security in place. This guy was beast mode, by any means necessary. I needed a guy like him. Everything started to look like it started back to rolling. I signed my next artist. We started back doing shows. And that felt great, man. That felt great. But at the same time, man, everything was eating me up alive. I can't believe I killed Rocco. I can't believe it. Oh, what I'm gonna do. I was wrapping up at the office. And all of a sudden, I got a call from the priest. And his priest said he needs to talk to me ASAP. And I'm like, for what, man? He said, just come by the church. He needs to talk to me as soon as possible. I'm thinking like, what is it? What do he need to talk to me about? I went and seen the priest. He said that I need to confess and turn myself in. He said God been dealing with him about things that I told him. And he said if I don't confess and turn myself in, he's gonna confess for me and go tell the police himself. And I'm thinking like, man, what do I do now? Man, now I got this priest like a thorn in my flesh. He talking about going to tell the police everything. If he do that, man, I would never see daylight again. What do? I don't want to do what I have to do, what I think I got to do. Oh, man, I should have never went and confessed to that priest. Now more things on my mind, dealing with people. I wonder if I give my contribution to the church. Would that change his mind? No. He seemed like he a real man of God. And he said God dealing with him. But we'll see. Everything seemed like it was rolling good. Checking out some things at the office. Until these cops showed up. Here we go again. But this time, these cops, they weren't all in demanding. They said they wanted to talk to me about something. They said, but listen, we know everything, man. From the record exec, to Officer Wilson, to even Rocco. But that's not what we're here for. We just want to talk to you for a minute. Just give us a second, and we can help you without all of this. The cops said they know about Rocco, Officer Wilson, and the record exec, but I said I don't know nothing about that. But they said they had a proposition for me. They said, man, look, Officer Wilson was greedy, but we just asked him for $50,000 a month and use this as a drop-off and pick-up place for narcotics. I'm thinking like, man, is the whole police department crooked? But they said, hey, think about it, man, and we can let all this stuff go away. Nobody know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? They said, also said, you better watch that priest, man. You better keep an eye on him. Man, is the entire police department crooked? Wow, I can't believe this. But they did say they'll make all this stuff go away, vanish. But how do I trust these dudes, man? They crooked like that. Man, and then this priest. Man, what's going on, man? I'm trapped in the devil's well. Ever since Smitty. And after Smitty, that record exec, and everything just went downhill from there. Man, how do I get out of this? Do I accept their offer or what? I was wrapping up in my office and that priest called me. And he started telling me that he's gonna confess to the cops and he's about to call the police right now. And then he just hung up. I'm thinking like, what? Let me get over there real fast, man. God, dog, what I'm gonna do? Man, let me get over there. Oh. So I got over there and I started telling him. I said, man, don't do it. He said, I got to do it. God is dealing with me on it and I can't keep this information. And I said, man, don't do it, man. I said, please don't do it. And then something just took over me, man. I don't know what, but I couldn't convince him. He just kept on saying that he's dealing with it day and night. He's dealing with it day and night, and God put it on his heart. These are human beings, man. And then I can't believe I shot the priest. I done killed this man. Oh my God, I done killed a man of God. What I'm gonna do, let me get out of here. Let me get to my vehicle. I couldn't even move. It felt like I was just stuck. Man, I done killed the priest. What is God gonna do to me? I'm not even worried about the police. I'm worried about God. I done killed the man of God. How God gonna forgive me for this? Man, let me get out of here. Man, I couldn't sleep for nothing. Nightmare after nightmare after nightmare. All I can think about is when I shot that priest. It was tearing me up inside. My mind was wandering everywhere. All I could see him fall. Man, God, forgive me, please. What do I have to do? I had to rethink everything. I had to protect myself. I had to take my security everywhere I go. Because I still don't know who's trying to shoot me and trying to kill me. I done got myself caught in the devil's well. I can't believe this is happening. What can I do? I killed that priest. Man, there's no coming back after that. Man, how can God forgive me for shooting a man of God and killing him? What I'm gonna do? So I decided to go ahead and take the police officer's offer. And they say they'll sweep everything under the rug and keep everything quiet as long as I drop off, pick up the narcotics for them here at my studio and at my office. I'm jeopardizing everything. So I went on and did it. I guess this was a trial run because this guy, they came look like a little street thug. And I'm sitting there thinking the whole time, like, man, what am I doing? I'm jeopardizing my entire business, everything I built. Man, what I'm gonna do? So I continued to run my record label, Black Dawn Records. My artist was doing good. Money was coming in. Man, everything was going great. I stopped being worried a little bit until a cop approached me and said he needed to talk to me as soon as possible. So we went back to my office. Man, it was about midnight. He said he wanted to show me something. He told somebody to come in. And I'm like, whoa! I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Man, I'm like, it was the priest. What's going on?
This past year has been crazy. Everything that has happened. Now the priest, I shot this man and left him for dead. And then he shows up in my office like a ghost. Now the cop and his priest working against me like it's blackmail. How do I get out of this? Man, my life is screwed. I just started my record label for stuff like this, man. So I was in the studio listening some tracks when I got a call from one of the cops. I'm like, dang, man, I just wish he'd leave me alone. But I went on and answered. He wanted me to do a drop for him. I was like, right now I'm in the studio, man. He was like, you gotta do it right now. The guy waiting. You know where to pick up and you know what to do. I'm like, man. I was like, I gotta figure something out. I gotta get out of this fast, man. But just how do I get out, man? But I just went on and did it. I grabbed a bag and went and met the guy. But instead, he robbed me and took the bag. I was like, man. I met the cop back in my office and told him what happened. He didn't believe me. He accused me of keeping the money. Man, what I need that money for? I run a successful record label, man. I told him he needed to go ask that guy. He said he did, and the guy told him he paid me. I told the cop, you can believe what you want to believe, man. But instead, man, he started threatening me with everything. And then he walked out. I made it to the church to drop off this money to this preacher. Man, just sitting up here watching them preach. I can't believe I'm going through this. I thought I killed this man, but now I'm paying him to keep his mouth shut. I wonder how he feeling about it, man. He's preaching the word of God, and now he blackmailing me for money to keep his mouth shut. Look at these people. They just don't know. But the things that's running across my mind, just don't know, man. I might have to really take this man out, and the next time, I'm gonna make sure he's dead. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna have to do what I have to do. Life goes on. Still having meetings with my team, keeping my record label going. Man, only if they knew what was going on. I'm jeopardizing these people's livelihood. These people count on me every day. Man, what if everything started to crumble and fall?
I know what? I'm gonna go talk to this guy, man. This real powerful guy. They say he got connections, man. Got real high connections. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I went and talked to him. I set up a meeting with him. And I told him everything that was going on. He seemed like a very cool guy. But man, this guy was powerful and dangerous. But I told him whatever it takes, whatever he needs, man, just name it. I just need this taken care of. I gave him the rundown on everything. Just give me the price, man. And he said he'd give me a call. And I was all right. So finally, I got a call from the guy. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of that for you. And, but it's gonna cost you about $1 million. And I was like, bet. But he said, whatever you and the other guy negotiate that I turn you on to, that's between you and him. That this guy is very, very connected with CIA, FBI. He's deep down in it, so he can take care of everything. And also, I better not hear a word about this from anybody. You got that? And he just hung up. I was like, bet, man. Man, I need to get this taken care of. Hey, I'm already in the rabbit hole, man. Hey, I just gotta get this done, man. So I caught the plane the next morning to go meet the guy. And I'm just thinking like, man, can I trust these guys? Man, these guys part of the mafia. But they do got connections and resources. And they have helped people, man, get out of situations. So I'm just gonna go on down here and meet this guy and see what happens. But man, can I trust him? Can I trust them? I thought I could trust the preacher, but everything been coming against me. So I'm just gonna have to play this out. So I finally made it to the guy home, and I met up with him, and I started telling him everything that has been going on, and he just listened. But I'm thinking at the same time, can I trust this guy? These guys are in organized crime. I don't care if they are CIA agents and FBI. But he listened, and he seemed like he kind of cared. And so I was just telling him everything, and he agreed. And he was like, he'll give me a call. So I'm looking forward to see what's gonna happen. So I flew back the same day because I had to meet up with a guy and deliver a package to. And while we was in the middle of meeting, one of my artists came in and seen us. And I was like, man, did he see what we was doing? He just turned back around and went out. And I went on to close the deal, but I was worried like, man, I hope he didn't see that because he don't need to know. One of my artists who I signed last year, the one who walked in on me when I was doing that transaction with that guy, he started asking a lot of questions during our studio time. Every time we had a studio time, he asked me questions. He even asked me about the police officers that come by. He said people are talking around the office, man. And do I know anything about it? I swear this guy was acting like the police, man. He was acting like the police. But he was telling me people was talking around the office about murders and things that took place. A lot of rumors going around, man. But he just kept on asking questions. And I got It's been a long work day. Got home and got a call from my secretary. She said somebody came by and was looking for me, but was asking her a lot of questions. And I asked her, have she seen him before? Had he ever been around the office? And she said, no. And she told me what he looked like. And I was like, I don't even know who that is. And she was like, yeah, he was asking a lot of questions. Man, I wonder who that was. Man, it's one thing is another. It was time for a little relaxation. But man, I just couldn't stop thinking, who came by the office asking questions and just show up like that and just ask questions about me, and what kind of questions? Who is this person? And then I haven't heard from the guy that's supposed to be helping me out. Man, what is really going on? Man. I got to figure something out. I'm getting too deep in this. But what will I do? What can I do? I promise you, man, I didn't expect this to happen in my life, but I got to turn this around. Later on that night, the cop wanted to meet with me before I went to the club. And he said, man, your artist who walked in on you, he is asking a lot of questions, man. I don't know what's up with this artist of yours, man, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out everything about him. Because man, he is asking a lot of questions. What's up with him? And I'm just like, man, I don't know, man. He keep on asking me questions about everything, but I just tell him I don't know what's going on. He's just seeing things. He said, well, I'm gonna check everything out. I went to the club that night and I was thinking about everything the officer was saying about my artist. I really don't know too much about him. I just signed him last year. I'm gonna have to look into more about him and get to know him more, because he's sure asking a lot of questions, man. And that's unusual. I understand he walked in, but I got a call from the officer. He said he wanted to meet with me, urgent, get there as quick as possible. So I pulled up on him. He said, man, I got to show you something. Hey, come follow me. So we stepped to the back of the trunk area, and my artist was in the trunk. I didn't know if he was dead or alive. But the cop started telling me, he said, your artist who you signed a year, he's been talking with the CIA and FBI, and he's an undercover. All this stuff I'm going through, I just can't believe it. It's just unbelievable. It just has my mind just boggling day and night. I can't even sleep. I can't even talk to God. I just feel so guilty about a lot of things. I know what it is. It's karma for what I did to Smitty. When Smitty was after me, man, it was either me or Smitty. I built this record label brick by brick, and I'm letting these guys come in and take over. No, it's time to get serious about this. I'm the Black Dog. I flew down to Vegas just to get away from everything. One of my favorite spots, one of my hideouts, where I can kick back and think about everything. Man, it's time to eliminate these guys, man. But how will I do it? Man, all these guys, they in power in some way. And I gotta find a way to get around that. I can't believe I've been letting these guys get over on me. How do I know they know what they say they know? But you know what? It's time to play this game. In the meantime, weeks later, the guy, he went to the preacher church, asking about the church and acting if he wanted to join. But he asked him about me. So I went and made the drop to the preacher to give him his money so he won't tell on me. So he started telling me about this guy that came by that wanted to join the church. Seemed like he a pretty cool guy. But the funny thing is that he asked about me. Like, asked about me. And so he started describing him. And I said to myself, that look like that sound like that guy. Man, but I ain't heard from him or anything. I'm about to call this dude. So when I made it home, I gave the guy a call, but he didn't answer the phone. Like other times, I've called him many times before. He ain't communicating, he ain't doing anything. He ain't answering the phones or calling me back, but he meeting with the preacher. Is he putting a plan in motion? Or what is he doing? I'm about to go find out. So I went and met with the big time mafia guy. I was like, I've been trying to get a hold of this guy. It's been 3 weeks, I haven't heard from him. And the mafia guy said, like, whatever's going on between y'all, like I told you, that's between y'all. I said, but I paid you to connect me with this guy, man. Now, he ain't answering my phones, but he's meeting and going around asking people about me. He said, well, let the man put the plan in motion. I said, all right, man. I got home with a lot of things on my mind. And next thing you know, boom, Smitty's in my house.
What up, Doc?
What is going on? I couldn't believe it was Smitty. Smitty sitting right in my house. The guy put behind bars. But he said he wasn't there to kill me. He said he's there to tell me something because he know what I've been going through. He knows everything about the cops. He said he even know about the record exec. He said they made me and the record exec beef, had us thinking we was trying to kill each other. But it was really them behind everything. Smitty kept on telling me things, but at the same time I'm thinking, is this guy gonna try to kill me? Somebody gonna snuff me from behind? But Smitty kept on talking, and I couldn't believe what he was telling me. I was like, wow. Man, everything. So all this was because of them. They targeted us. But I didn't know if I should believe Smitty or what. Man, everything that I know now, everything that Smitty has told me, I just can't believe it. I don't know if I should believe Smitty or not. I put Smitty behind bars. Can I trust Smitty? How did he even get out? Man, but what he told me makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna have to look into it. But man, this is crazy. I was chilling at the office and my artist manager came in and he started asking me questions. He asked me, have I heard from an artist? He said he haven't heard from him in 2 weeks. And we got shows coming up. And I'm thinking at the same time as he talking, I'm like, man, he don't even know. But I wonder, he might do know. And he might be part of it himself. I'm like, man, this dude was asking a lot of questions. And I told him, I said, man, I haven't heard from him, but if I do, I'll let you know. Because he's right. We got these shows coming up, and he need to be around. So he left, and I was just thinking. Weeks went by. I went made to drop to the preacher, but he wasn't there. And all of a sudden, I got a phone call. It was the guy. He told me, he said, don't worry about the preacher, he ain't there. I was like, what? I'm thinking, how this guy know where I'm at? But he said, it's time to put the plan in motion. So be ready. He said he got me a plane ticket and he need me to fly out today. So I said, bet. So man, finally, everything about to start working out. So I caught the first plane and flew on out. I finally touched down, and man, the whole ride here, I just was thinking about just meeting with this guy, and I'm ready for this stuff to be over with. Man, I hope he got the plan together, and I hope this goes quick. It was just weird that the preacher wasn't at the church. He's there every time when it's time for the drop. But that was kind of weird to me. But let me meet with this guy today and see how everything goes. The ball is in my court. I got to remember that. I can't let these dudes run me. I'm the Black Dawn, and I'ma stay that way. So I headed on over to see the guy. Man, just sitting at this stoplight just got me thinking like, man, I hope this guy got this figured out. I hope he ain't trying to stab me in the back, you know, and just trying to get my money. So I made it over to the guy house and he started telling me everything. He started telling me about how they've been after these crooked cops for years, but they just couldn't put their finger on it. And that one of these cops killed his partner because his partner was on to them. And that now he has a chance to get them and prove that they are crooked cops, and many more crooked cops. And then I was like, man, because man, everything is just going crazy. I just want this over with. He was like, it's gonna be over with. We gotta set them up. When you get back, the next deal they do, let me know so we can get these guys. And then the preacher walks in. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, the preacher's gonna help us get these guys. And it's up to you. And the preacher started talking and telling me how, and asking me to forgive him because God been dealing with him and that he has sinned also. And he asked God for forgiveness. And he want to put these guys behind bars and he want to help. I said, okay, I'm going to trust you on this. I'm going to trust you. So I headed on back, caught my flight, and headed on back to the office. I made it back, but all week I've been thinking about this situation. I'm just ready for all this to be over with. I just hope this ain't a setup to blackmail me again, because that's all that's been going on. And as I was sitting thinking and pacing, I got a call from the crooked cop. He said he had a big drop that he need me to do. A very big drop that he need to meet me at a location so that he can give me a lot of product, but he'll let me know when and where. And I was like, all right, bet. Now the plan is in motion. The guy told me to let him know when there's another drop take place. So I gave the guy a call and I let him know that there's a big drop that's about to take place. But the crooked cop want me to meet him so I get a lot of product. But he'll let me know when and where. But I'll let you know when he let me know. All right? Bet. Now the plan is in motion. Now I hope this works.
In my front and back pocket, racks. 30 more pieces of scrum in the closet, nothing but scrum. I just left the bank and made a huge deposit. Woo! Nigga, I don't know your bitch, but did I fuck up?
Chilling in my studio, listening to some music. And I realized, man, I still haven't heard from the artist that crooked cop put in the trunk, man. I don't know if he dead or alive. Man. But he want me to, hold up. The guy called and he told me he want me to fly back out. It's time to go over the plan and everything. I said, all right, bet. I'll be there. He said, make sure you don't tell nobody. Man, let's get this ball rolling. Cause I'm sick of these crooked cops. I just don't know where he wanna do this pickup at. The crooked cop went and met with the preacher. He told the preacher that he had a big drop that he gotta do with a big connect. And he want to do it here at the church. But the preacher was like, no, not in the house of the Lord, man. But the preacher told him, man, this is the house of the Lord. I can't let you do that. But the crooked cop was like, if you don't do it, I'm tying you in on all this, man. And the preacher didn't know what to say. And the crooked cop told him, I'll break you in off a little something if you let us do it. But he didn't know the preacher was in on setting him up also. Later on, I was chilling at the office, looking over some notes, and I got a call. It was the preacher. I'm just like, should I answer it? I don't like dealing with this guy, but he might be on to something. He told me, he said that the crooked cop came by and told him that he wanted to do the drop at the church. Like, oh, really? And the preacher was like, yup. He want to do here at the church, but he didn't say what day or what time he said he wanted to do here at the church. I said, bet. So now I gotta let the guy know that the crooked cop is gonna do the drop at the church. He want to do it at the church, but the crooked cop ain't told me nothing. But I told the guy, I said, he gonna do the drop at the church. And the guy was like, bet. Just find out the day and time. All right. I'm ready to get this ball rolling. I'm ready to get this done. I'm ready to get this finished. I'm just tired of it, man. It's time to do this. About a month later, I was in the studio working on some tracks, some new tracks. And a crooked cop called me. It was about to drop. He told me, he said we're gonna do it at the church, and he said he's gonna do it tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And I was like, bet. Yeah, it's on now. Got him. So I'm gonna let the guy know we're gonna do this. So the next day came. I went to the church to meet with him at 5, but he was nowhere to be found. I was like, what if he found out that I'm setting him up? I was like, no, he might not know. But I'm thinking like, should I do this or should I just take the 10 mil offer that he said he'd give me? He said, this is a very, very big drop, $100 million drop. I'm like, should I take this 10 mil or should I just keep on with this? I don't know. This got me thinking, man. And right when I was finna leave, he walks in. He was like, sorry I'm running late, but I had to do some other things. He said, this is a big drop, man. There's a lot of money. I connected with a guy in Cuba, and he trusted me. He fronted me all this weight, man. $100 million worth of weight. And I just had to connect him with some other things, you know, protect him and erase his record. But this is the bag of all the kilos. I need you to get up off this. I said, bet, man. And I sure am. And I'm just thinking like, that's a lot of money, man. Should I do this or should I not? It was like, man, I need you to get up off this fast as you can. But you know, you acting kind of funny, man. But what's going on? The next thing you know, the cops came in and arrested both of us. I was like, man. I said, thinking, I'm gonna go to prison, man. I thought the guy didn't tell me that I was gonna get arrested. But I'm just glad this is over, man. I'm just glad this is over. Finally, I can get some peace in my life.